I discussed how to make multi-column text frames in some detail back in the InDesign Essential training title, but I want to revisit it to cover a few more advanced features that have to do with column width. I've got my JavaCo magazine document open here, and I'm going to go to page 2 with the Command J on Mac or Control J on Windows. And I can see that I have a single text frame here that looks like it should be split into 2 columns. If my screen were wide enough, I could actually change the number of columns up here in the control panel. But the control panel doesn't show me those when the screen is narrow, and I'm working on a small screen right now. So instead, I'm going to go to the Object menu, and I'll choose Text Frame Options, or press Command B on Mac, or Control B on Windows. And that opens the Text Frame Options dialog box. And I can change the number of columns here. I'll choose 2 columns. Well, let's leave that alone. I'm not sure what the column width should be right now, and I'll click OK. There we go. Now we've got one text frame that has 2 columns. The gutter was not correct. I guessed that incorrectly, so I need to try and match that with the document in the background. I'll go to the Layout menu, I'll choose Margins and Columns, and I can see that, oh, on this spread, the gutter is 1 pica 9. So I'll cancel that, go back to Text Frame Options, and change my gutter to what it should be, 1 pica 9. Click OK. Great. Now I've got a 2-column text frame that matches the document column setup exactly. Okay, so now let's say our art director comes and says, you know, forget that guide setup on this spread. We want these columns to be exactly 12 picas wide. Not with whatever they are right now. We want them to be 12 picas wide. Well, we can do that too. Object, Text Frame Options, and we can use the column width field. This feature is something that a lot of InDesign users never see for some reason, so I just wanted to point it out to you. Width is very handy when you know exactly how wide you want the text column to be. Let's change that to 12 picas and click OK, and you'll see that the way that InDesign achieves that is by changing the width of the text frame itself. Yes, that's true. It will change the width of the text frame whenever you change the width of the column here. Change that field and it'll change the width of the text frame. It's something you need to keep in mind. Let's click OK. Now here's the problem. Every now and again you'll find yourself or somebody else will sneak in and they'll say, well, let's make this just a little bit wider or make it a little bit narrower. They'll tweak this and then your art director will find it and they'll freak out and they'll tear out their hair saying, no, these are supposed to be exactly 12 picas wide. We don't want it a little bit less or a little bit more. So isn't there some way that you can lock down the width of the column? Yes, in fact, there is. One more time, we'll do a Command B on the Mac or Control B on Windows, and we're going to change the width back to what it was supposed to be, and now we're going to turn on Fixed Column Width. Fixed Column Width means lock the width of the column. So now, when you click OK, it goes back to exactly 12 picas, and there's no way to change this. There's no way to tweak it. Look at that. I'm making it narrower, and it snaps back. Make it narrower, and it snaps back. Now, if I make it wider, InDesign does something that's kind of wacky. It actually adds another column. It snaps to the next column. Did you see that? If I make it narrower, it snaps to 2 columns. If I make it wider, it snaps to 3 columns. It'll always give you the number of columns you need in order to ensure that you have a 12 pica column width. I'll go ahead and make this 2 columns again. Now, I want to point out that making a multi-column text frame can make you a bunch of time when you need a whole bunch of columns of equal widths. I want to point out that making multi-column text frames can save you a bunch of time when you need columns of equal widths. But if your columns are not all the same width, or you need each column to be a different height, well, then using multi-column text frames may not be for you. Instead, you might want to use single-column text frames that are threaded together. It's up to you, whatever you need to make your layout work.